Hi everyone, we are from Group 5 and today we are going to talk about the fifth chapter. So it is interviews. My name is Alif Putra Pratama and my group members are Habibah Rahma Ningtyas, Vio Agery Vani and Astrid Maulina. They will explain their part soon and I'm going to explain real quick about the basics of interview and maybe a bit about interview stories. So let's begin. Okay, so let's begin with the general definition of interview. So, interview is the gentle conversation between two people or more where questions are asked to a person to get the required responses or answer. So, for example, when you are asking someone about their opinion about particular topic, such as let's say politics, it is an interview because you are as the interviewer. There are process of asking and getting information to and from the interviewee. And then let's see why interview is important. So interview are a useful method to first investigate issues in a in-depth way. So you can dig into information that you are still unclear about, and then discover how individuals think and feel about a topic and why they hold certain opinions. Okay, let's get back to the example. When you are asking someone or a people, like more than two-person about their opinion about particular topic, let's say politics, again, each person have a different opinion. So you can like get a new idea, new knowledge from that, and then you it it is a useful method to deepen understanding and explain statistical data. For example, when you are interviewing someone about how much A, how much B, and etc. So there are some advantages of interviews. So the first, they are useful to obtain detailed information about personal feelings, perceptions, and opinions, as I said before. And then they allow more detailed questions to be asked. They usually achieve a high response rate. Respondents' own words are recorded, and some interviewees may be less self-conscious in a one-to-one situation. And then we go on to interview stories. Interview stories grows directly from a series of statements by an individual news source or a number of them. Though interview stories are of many kinds, there are three types that deserve special attention. First is the news interview, which give the consumer competent or expert comment and illumination on a subject current in the news. Second is the personality interview, which purpose is to let the interviewee reveal his character, his personality through his own words. And then the last is the symposium interview, in which the views or attitudes of a number of respondents, sometimes a large number, are reported. Okay, so Theo will explain more about news interview. So Theo, time is yours.
And the next one is news interview. News interview is normally short, to the point, and to illustrate a bulletin or news item. It deals only with important facts or comments and reaction to those facts. The news interview, as a matter of fact, aims at getting answer to 5 W's and 1 H. And the purpose of news interview is to gather information to explain an idea, event, or situation in the news. For example, a new paper mill employing several thousand workers is to be established. Following question may be asked by a newsman, like who will build it, how much it will cost, where the plant will be, how many it will employ, and when it will open. But no alert newsman will be satisfied with this simple treatment. So, to develop them into stories, the reporter has to find informed interviewees and ask the question. He may go to officials of the new company, local businessmen, bankers, the city water superintendent, builders and contractors, and many more. And the question that he might ask, such as how much new take-home pay will the mill bring into the community? Why did the firm select this community for the new plant? Will this be only the start of an industrial boom, and many more? To get an information, the newsman has to interview several people. Typical news interviews are cordial and friendly, but they sometimes turn combative and making it difficult to maintain control. Confrontation is sometimes inevitable and unavoidable when conducting news interview. And there are some tips for handling a combative situation, like preparation and research, listening skill, being objective and factual, and human connection. And the first one is preparation and research. Good journalists seek to be as knowledgeable as reasonably possible about their interview subjects and the topic they'll be discussing before an interview takes place. With this, confrontation is less likely will happen when they show that they are able to discuss the topic at hand intelligently. And the next one is listening skills. While you have planned your question and what you hope will be the end result of the interview, you should also discipline yourself to listen more and talk less so that your interviewee feels as though he has time to respond. And the next one is being objective and factual. As an interviewer, it's important to express that your interest in a question or topic is based on an objective assessment of its importance to the community and that it is rooted in some factual basis. The more emotional or confrontational a subject might be, the more important it is that you remain professional and keep your emotion in check. The ability to be objective and factual is reliant on the level of research you have done as an interviewer. And the last one is human connection. The easiest step to avoiding confrontation in interviews is to connect with subjects on a personal level. Doing a conversation that connects with subjects on a personal level can help create a relaxed atmosphere before the cameras or microphones or tape recorders are turned on.
Thank you, Vio. So next up, so personality interview will be presented by Astrid. Astrid, it's yours.
Okay, let's move on to the next type of interview, which is personality interview. Personality interview is an effective way to reveal subject's personality. The interview, in which the skillful reporter lets his interviewee shows the reader what manner of man he is strictly through what he says. Personality interview is different with biographical sketch. Biographical sketch, at a respectful distance from its subject, tells you about him, where and when he was born, number of children, date on which he became ambassador, and so on. It has its uses, one of them being as the structural pattern of most obituaries. It may describe personality as well as offer a kind of readable version of a biography. But it rarely achieves the warmth, the interest, the rapport of the interview, through whose devices a skillful reporter can let a man's words and manners bring him vibrantly to life. Personality interview might be a short interview about his or her likes and dislikes, hobbies, pastimes, habits, or a detailed interview exposing personality profile. Topic: In personality interview, the following areas are normally focused while putting questions: family background, education, why not further study, or the reason about the study, likes and dislikes, favorite dish, book, personality, colon, game, movie, or singer. And then hobbies, or how someone's spending their leisure time, and any interesting incident or event. We can ask them about their feeling. We can ask them deeper, not only just asking them about what is your hobby. In that way, we will know someone's personality through interview. Next is interviewee. So, who could be an interviewee for personality interview? The answer is anyone could be an interviewee, as long as they can communicate with the interviewer. But not every such subject is newsworthy. So there are two clues of choosing an interviewee. The first clue is a famous person or a person who already has public attention. That a man is a news personality. That for one reason or another he has gained a place in the stream of ongoing events. For example, he is an award-winning actor, so that everyone know about him, and everyone want to know more about him. That is to say, public attention is already centered on the individual. The reporter, by a natural progression, goes on to the story that lets him show, in his own way, what kind of human his subject is. The second clue is a person with out of the ordinary habit or practice. That an individual entirely outside the news stream made newsworthy by a trait of personality, an eccentricity, a hobby, or an oddity of habit, or work, or play, that something has set him apart from his fellows. For example, there is an old lady that has a hobby going to the gym. She is different with his fellows. She is unique, and that's why it gives her special audience interest. This kind of individual could be an interviewee for personality interview. That's all from personality interview. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Astrid. And then the last is symposium interview. It will be presented or explained by Tias.
The symposium interview. Let's discuss the word symposium. According to Cambridge Dictionary, symposium is an occasion at which people who have great knowledge of a particular subject meet in order to discuss a certain matter of interest. In symposium, people tend to focus on a particular issue rather than a more general theme. For example, the Symposium of Tragedy in 1965. In symposium, a number of experts will come in order to present their ideas and papers to one and another. Therefore, symposium interview is an interview at which the reporter asks some specialist in a certain field about one same question or related question. In this kind of interview, the reporter gets his information not from one or two sources, but from a dozen or even more. The symposium commonly differs from the simple news interview in that its interviewees are able to shed particular lights on the topic. Those people are whose views are worth reporting. Almost always the topic for this kind of story is one of current interest. Typically, the topic has direct impact on the man in the street. It is the kind of affects everybody's personal comfort or general security. For example, such topic is the new state withholding tax. Do people like it? But often, the symposium brings out opinions of importance, as for example, the story shortly to be given about laboring men's reactions to the charges of misbehavior by union officers.
Okay, thank you so much, Tias, Vio, and Astrid. And I think that's all from our group. And with that, this concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay at home, and we'll see you later. Thank you.